Then, Pripyat, everyone was asleep, and then they all disappeared. Before we begin this terrifying story, subscribe to our channel. Have you ever wondered where Jinn live or what objects they have moved? Then watch this video. Do spirits really live here? Why do governments still come near this area? Are their souls really wandering around the city? At night, when the wind blows through the cracks of forgotten buildings, sometimes sounds are heard. Sounds that are neither an animal nor the wind. Travelers who have dared to enter Pripyat say, sometimes you hear a child crying, or footsteps behind you, but when you turn around, no one is there. One of the photographers said, I looked down at my camera just once. When I looked up again, a little girl stood in front of me. Her clothes were soaked, but no one else ever saw her, and no photo was ever taken of her. Some say it's just the human mind, playing tricks under the weight of loneliness and horror. But others say differently. They are still here, in the shadows of old houses, in the movement of motionless curtains, in the ticking of a clock that no longer moves. Yet every night, exactly at 2:34 a.m., the sound of a bell starts again, but no one has ever found its source. At night on April 26, 1986, at 1:23 a.m., in the heart of a quiet city called Pripyat, life suddenly stopped. Inside the Chernobyl Nuclear Power Plant, an unexpected test was underway, without enough preparation, without proper planning, and with major mistakes. A violent thermal explosion. Moments later, a small nuclear explosion inside reactor number 4 shattered its entire structure. Flames rose into the sky. Thousands of tons of radioactive material were thrown into the air. Most people were asleep. They did not know that nothing would ever be the same again. Firefighters arrived at the scene. Without knowing the type of danger, they thought it was just a simple fire. But when they touched things, their skin began to burn. The government decided to evacuate the city. After 36 hours, it was too late. The contamination had already spread through the air, soil, and water. Homes were left open. After the Chernobyl disaster on April 26, 1986, the Soviet Union faced an unprecedented crisis. The explosion in reactor number 4 released massive amounts of radioactive material into the atmosphere, contaminating large areas of Europe. The immediate danger was extreme, and urgent action was needed to contain the fallout. The first step was sending in brave workers, firefighters, and soldiers who rushed to the site without proper protection. Many of them suffered severe radiation burns and sickness. These people later became known as liquidators. To stop the spread of radiation, they built a protective structure around the damaged reactor. This temporary shelter was called the sarcophagus. It was made of steel concrete and lead designed to prevent more radioactive particles from escaping. Helicopters dropped thousands of tons of sand boron and lead onto the burning reactor in an attempt to smother the fire and absorb radiation. Pilots flew dangerous missions, flying low over the reactor, risking their lives with every flight. Over time, new technologies were developed to improve safety. In 2016, a new structure called the New Safe Confinement was placed over the old sarcophagus. This massive arch-shaped building was designed to last for at least 100 years and to allow for the safe dismantling of the old reactor and the removal of nuclear waste. Despite these efforts, the area around Chernobyl remains highly contaminated today. The exclusion zone stretches for 30 kilometers around the plant and will not be safe for human habitation for thousands of years. The story of how they tried to cover and control the Chernobyl disaster is one of sacrifice, science, and survival. It showed both the dangers of nuclear power and the lengths humans will go to fix their worst mistakes.